squishy. It's squishy. I like it because it's squishy. Okay. See if I still got it. Ah! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do my comparison video on the Beauty Sponge and the Beauty Blender. This is the original Beauty Blender. I got this from Sephora, and this one is the Beauty Sponge. I got this one from Marshall's. Now if you follow me on my beauty Instagram, I did post a picture a while back of the Beauty Sponge that I got from Marshall's. And I wanted to go ahead and finally do a comparison between the two. So I just got purchased this one recently during the Sephora VIB sale. So now these are already clean. I have used these already. I wanted to go ahead and actually tell you guys the differences between the two, and I definitely didn't want to make this video with them dirty, so I went ahead and cleaned them, and they're actually dry right now so they can have their original shape. Now, as you know, once they're wet, they actually expand a little bit bigger, so they are bigger than what they seem right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the 411 on these. So first, let's start off with the Beauty Sponge. Now, I always wanted a Beauty Blender. I just didn't want to spend that much on the original Beauty Blender that they have in Sephora. So I was always on the hunt for a good, just a good sponge that is kind of the same as the Beauty Blender. I never knew how different they would be until I actually got both of them. Now, what I can say about the Beauty Sponge, this one is more firm than the Beauty Blender. As you can see, it kind of, it's more firm. You have to really squeeze it really hard, especially when you're washing them. I have to really wash this one over and over and over again. As far as with the Beauty Blender, it washes out really easily. Like, all of my foundation comes out so easily. I don't have to rewash it over and over as I do with the Beauty Sponge. Now, as far as putting on the makeup, I noticed with the Beauty Sponge, it actually soaks up more makeup than the Beauty Blender. Now, I do always have these damp when I put on my foundation, because if you don't have them damp, then of course all of your foundation is just going to soak through the sponge and you're barely going to get any on your face. But I do notice that when I'm using this one, I have to put more foundation on because it's soaking all the foundation inside it. I don't know if, I don't know why, I don't know. It's just too, you can definitely tell, especially when you're holding them, you can definitely tell the difference. It's the feel of them, how they feel, you can definitely tell the difference. Now with the Beauty Blender, the original Beauty Blender, I don't have to put on as much foundation. It really distributes all the foundation throughout my face really easily, and it leaves my face looking really flawless. Now, I'm not gonna say this one does, I can't say this one doesn't leave my face flawless, because it really does. It's just that I find myself using more foundation than what I want to use with the Beauty Sponge. Now, as far as putting concealer on, I always, when I put on my concealer, I always use a beauty blender. I used to use a brush to put on my concealer, makeup brush, but now I feel like a beauty blender is better when you want to put on your concealer, especially, well, your under eye concealer. It is so much better than using a makeup brush. Now, when I put on my concealer with this sponge, I find myself, it gets everywhere because it's so much harder to, squeeze it and make it a little bit smaller to get up under my eyes. And it kind of gets on my nose because, I can't really, it's really firm. It's not that firm, but it's firmer than the Beauty Blender. Now with the Beauty Blender, when I'm patting on my concealer under my eyes, I can really grab it. Like, I can really squeeze it to get it as small as I need it to be. So you can kind of squeeze it so it can kind of fit under your eyes really easily. So it's really easy to squeeze, as you can tell. But with this one, it's kind of harder to do. You have to really struggle with it, and it's really it's really firm. That's the word. It's more firm than the Beauty Blender. The Beauty Blender is, you can get through all the creases on your face, everything. But with this one, it's kind of harder. So I would say this one is best to use for just your foundation, not your concealer. But with the original Beauty Blender, I would use this one with foundation and my concealer and concealing under my eyes, because it's it gets in the cracks really easily. As far as this one, it does not. But yeah, that is basically my comparison of these two. But yeah, if you're not wanting to spend as much money, I would definitely say go with the cheaper one. I mean, it's gonna get the job done. You're just not gonna be, it's just not gonna do as good as the Beauty Blender. Before I was clueless. I did not know, sorry, you can see my ring light. I did not know how the Beauty Blender was gonna work. And in my head, I was thinking, Andrea, it's just a sponge. I mean, I don't understand why they charge so much for a freaking sponge. But then once I tried it out, I can kind of see why. It does distribute the foundation on your face much better than the fake ones. But me personally, I'll continue to buy the cheaper ones because I do have, I do have a brush that can, conceal my under eye. I don't necessarily need a Beauty Blender. I don't necessarily need the, original Beauty Blender. And only reason why I bought it because it was during the VIB sale, and if it wasn't on sale, I would not have bought it because I don't see myself paying that much for just a sponge. Anyway, but yeah, that is basically what I would have to say to you guys. If you do want to get a Beauty Blender, I applaud you. Go ahead, just spend that money on a Beauty Blender if that's what you want. But if you want to go the cheaper route and get a beauty sponge, I definitely recommend you going to Marshall's. They also have them at TJ Maxx. I have not tried them in CVS. I have not tried them in Walmart. I haven't tried them in Target. But I like the ones in Marshall's, and they also have the same exact ones in TJ Maxx. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire, and we burning one hell of